Recording in progress.
Okay, I am going to describe my ideas about the involutionary and evolutionary arcs. And I'm going to do that using this particular diagram. What we have is the involutionary arc descending downward, the evolutionary arc ascending upward. The top part of the arc is the group part, and then the lower part is the individual part. The individual part, as it relates to a man, involves the lunar Petries on the involutionary side and the solar Petries on the evolutionary side. Individual men are component parts of greater entities. I call it world man, which is basically humanity as an entity on the evolutionary side, and it's the spirit of the earth on the involutionary side, which is the it's just the unprincipled substance of a previous solar system. But the point I want to make is that I believe that there's a balance which occurs whenever any kind of movement occurs, like a man moves forward on the path of evolution. What's really happening is there has been a successful battle of the solar Petries over the lunar Petries, and as a result, that man can make a step, he steps forward on his path, just a tiny little bit. And whenever a man steps forward, then also world man gets closer to its goal. So it's moving just that microscopic step forward as well. And then the balancing act which occurs as the man is moving forward because a solar Petrie is moving forward. Then over here on the involutionary side, the lunar Petrie is descending further downward, and it's like, as a result of this battle that's been won by the solar Petrie, we have released one of the prisoners of the planet. These lunar Petries are stuck on their involutionary, in their involutionary state, wherever they're at. So this could be on the mental plane, it could be on the astral plane, it could be on the physical plane, but it's a lunar Petrie which is influencing a man to behave in a selfish way. And that's just the nature of involutionary entities. There's no morality involved with lunar Petries. They just have a tendency to separation, because that's their correct line of least resistance. They need to descend further down this arc. And so that's done through selfishness on this side. But over here on the evolutionary side, the advancement of a man has to be done through selflessness. It's all about merging into a group consciousness by acquiescing, and it's a crucifixion of the separated self. Whereas here on the involutionary side, it's the exact opposite. It's the glorification of self. And and so as a man moves forward and he allows world man to move a little bit further. The reverse happens. It's like there has to be a balance. And so the solar Petri moves up. It could be an astral solar Petri, what I would call the Agnisurians. It could be an Agni Chaitan on the physical plane. It could be an Agnishvata, whatever you pronounce it. But it's like these Agni entities are moving along and evolving. And then the lunar Petries are released from their state, their particular state, and they can then descend. If it's an astral lunar Petri, then it goes down into the physical. If it's a mental lunar Petri, then it can descend into the astral. And as this lunar Petri, part of the man is moving, just as the evolutionary individual man, his movement forward affects the group entity world man. The same is true for the spirit of the earth. It's like the lunar Petri is moving, descending downward, and that allows the spirit of the earth to descend a little bit downward as well. And I am going to stop at this point and see if any of this is working.